What's up guys, back with another Honkai Star Rail video. In this video we are going to talk about why free-to-play are safe after Xuan. So we have had a barrage of banners since Star Rail came out, right? We had Zaylee, which is an incredibly strong character. You know, she's mostly a single target, but when she kills an enemy she gets sent into action, so you could pretty much just hit auto on anything and she'll destroy it for the most part. And then for the harder content, she rips through it with relatively ease. And you had Xuan, which he is not the greatest compared to every other limited 5-star, but he still hits pretty hard. Most people didn't summon on him because they, summoned on Zaylee and just didn't have any pulls after that, right? Then the next banners were Silver Wolf, very strong unit. Great debuffer, can apply weaknesses, that's very strong. No other character is probably going to do that for a minute, so very, very, very unique. And then we had Luocha, best healer, right? Still is very, very strong. And then we had Blade and Kafka, which are probably like, you can debatable if you would summon on them or not, but right, you do need 2 teams for Memory of Chaos, so there were 2 options for teams, right? And then we had Dongheng and Xuan, which Dongheng being the best DPS in the game, and then Xuan being your other sustain character. Pretty much the banners so far have been get Luocha, get Xuan, Silver Wolf, right? Debatable if you wanted her or not, but she's still extremely, extremely good. Very good pickup. And then, pick your DPSs, right? Do you want Dongheng? Do you want Blade? Do you want Kafka? Zaylee? Xuan can work, right? Even though people crap on him all the time, he still works, right, as a carry. Now, because of that, right, most people have their DPSs picked at this point, right? So if you have Xuan, Luocha, you're pretty much good to go, right? Then you just have your 2 5-star hyper carries. Slap Luocha on with one of them, slap Xuan with the other one, and then fill your team with stuff like Pele, Tingyun, maybe another healer on Xuan's team if she's not like the best built, or you don't have a light cone, whatever it may be, right? You can fill in the gaps with the 4 stars, right? Or if you did happen to pull any other 5 stars, you can do that, right? And there's very good free-to-play light cone options for most of the 5 stars out there. That leads to the next coming banners, right? So since Luocha and Xuan probably won't get powercraft, or the units we'll release will be somewhat similar to them, right? Like maybe we'll get a new preservation character that will just be have a really good shield. It'd be like a better Jeopard, right? Do you really need to summon on those? Not really. I mean, if they get powercraft and they start falling off, you'd have to replace them then, but you're pretty much good to go on your sustain units. And as long as you're good with your DPS, as long as the DPSs don't fall off anytime soon, you're kind of good to go on those too, right? So that leads free to play with a few options. If you have your 2 sustain units and your DPSs, you're good to go. If you don't have one or the other, you can just get them along the way, as reruns are rumored to come back. But next banner update, right? There is going to be 2 DPSs. Now, like I said, if you don't have your teams at this point, right, you can fill them with those 2 units. I don't think they're bad at any means. Pretty much any 5-star DPS can clear content. But if you don't and you already have them, you don't really need to summon, right? DPSs are pretty easily the most, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess like interchangeable, right? As long as you have 2 of them, you don't really need more, right? I mean, there could be characters who fall, like Xuan could just fall off the face of the planet tomorrow, right? And you need to replace him, but he still gets the job done at the moment. So you don't need to just keep summoning for DPSs. You can't fit them all on one team without them being like just getting each other's way. I mean, you could do the 2 hyper carries on a team. I've seen that work with certain characters. Obviously, someone like Dongheng probably wouldn't appreciate being with like Xuan, who you want to use his skill every single turn. But free-to-play are pretty safe next update with the 2 DPSs. I would recommend getting Xuan. She's very, very, very strong. I doubt that she will fall off anytime soon. I'm certain there are going to be characters who are on her level, but if you are free to play and you do have your DPS is check and you need your sustain units, very, very good unit. But other than that, free to play are chilling, right? Obviously, this is a bit skewed if you didn't start at the beginning of the game, because one, you're gonna have less currency, right? So you have less characters to get, and you might have missed some of the DPSs that you want to summon on. Always summon on who you like the most, right? So if you love like Topaz, right? She's your favorite character. You've seen her, like, oh my god, I love Topaz, right? Obviously, I wouldn't be like, yo, waste all your currency on Xuan, so you might not get Topaz, or same thing with Jinglu, right? But if you're looking at it through a, what is the best character to get? Luocha, Xuan, 2 DPS is your choice, right? Said it before in this video, say it again, right? Now, that means if you don't get Xuan, right, and you don't have Luocha, I'd recommend trying to grab Luocha when he reruns. However, that might not be for a while, as there should be 1 rerun per version update. That means you'd have to wait 4 more version updates to get him, and there could be a better healer or someone who is on Luocha's level at that point, right? The leaks don't go that far out, but I think you're pretty good, right? I think you're pretty good. Now, that leaves the question for myself, right? I really want Jinglu with her light cone. However, I don't have Luocha. So I am tempted to pull for Xuan. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do these 2 multis. If I don't get her, it is what it is. If I get her, W, I'm going to save. And if I can spend money, maybe I get her light cone, maybe I don't, because I do want E1 Jinglu. I'm going to test my luck. So we are going to do these multis. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you are free to play or spend a little bit of money. What characters did you go for? Did you say, screw it, screw the meta, I'm just summoning for what I want to summon for? Did you try to craft your team with, like, oh, Luoch is a healer, let me grab him. Alright, I already have my DPS. Like, did you do it strategically? Let me know in the comments. And, yeah, I guess we're going in. Hopefully it's just her right here. That was pretty loud on my end. Alright, I'm hoping for the best here. I mean, I hope I get Lynx. If I don't get her in the 2 multis I have, it's just a sign to not, just don't worry about it. We're going to speed through this real quick. I thought about this long and hard right before I recorded it, because I was like, I want to make this video, right, since free-to-plays are pretty good after this update. That's on the light cone banner. But I was like, do I want to summon in the video? So we'll see. If I lose the 50-50 here, by the way, I might cry. Did I? I didn't even get her. No way. That's so funny. At least I got leaks. What am I at? I have to be like... Hold up, let me pull up. I'm at 76. Do I dare do a single? Yo, it's time. Single luck time. I'm doing the singles. This is what this is. Okay, I have, what, 1 more? I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. Sometimes you gotta take risks. This is the 5-star. Yeah, it is. Okay. If I lose 50-50, you're gonna hear me cry. I might cry. I might cry. I might cry. Please, 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 please. I'm crossing my fingers, man. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm crossing my fingers on this. There's no way. Okay, well. There's no way. The game hates me. The game actually hates me. There's no way. Oh, why? Well, sometimes you can't trust your gut. It is what it is. Thanks for watching. Good luck getting Xuan, and I'll catch you on the next video.